Okay, I thought I'd show a good song to kind of work on some finger picking. So we do Dire Straits, So Far Away. I'll kind of show you the way I play it, and then I'll play the song, and we can kind of play along, do it together. So, the song starts off with the bass, and then it kind of comes in and it goes. Uh, so there's not very many parts of the song. It's really a pretty basic song. So it's like a perfect song to really work on your finger picking and different ways to play the same chord. So the way I play it is you can just get that. I'm going to be sliding into a E chord right here, right? Imagine an E chord with the E note right there on the ninth fret of the, seventh fret of the A string, right? And then D, G, and E on the nine. So we're going to play just the D, G, and E strings, right? Kind of slide into that. And I'm just using my fingers, so whichever way is most comfortable for you, I kind of just pluck those three with my thumb on the D string, and then my index and middle on the rest. But however, everybody does it different. So, and I'm just hammering on. I mean, you can look at it as I'm hammering onto an A because there's the A note right there. There's that shape right there of an A. This is an A chord. But I'm not gonna hammer on with my pinky, just the my index and my ring finger, right? So there's the E, right? So the notes, you'd be basically barring the ninth fret of the D, G, and B string, and then put your middle finger on the 10th fret of the G, and then your ring finger on the 11th fret of the D. That's the fifth of E right there. Right? Anyways, so slide in, and then basically we're just going to be going from B to A to E. So you put in that little lick, and I basically play it with my thumb over the top. You can play it any way you want. The cool thing about the song is play it a bunch of the same chords, but play it different ways every time. So you can play the tops of the strings and one time through, and then the bottom. So it kind of gives it a different, because it's just those three chords. So. And then I'm going to play the E voicing here. Right? So the E, once you get to that A, however you're playing your A, right? The E note's right there, right? On the 5th fret of the B string. So I'm basically going to be playing that shape. I kind of like that voicing. It sounds like, I think that's the way I hear it on the record, but it could be different. He plays it a few different ways, but that way I like that. It's right there next to A. So the actual notes are basically, I put my middle finger on the note E, 5th fret of the B string. I put my index finger on the 4th fret of the G. And then I put my ring finger on the 6th fret of the D. And then my pinky on the other E note, which is on the 7th fret of the A, right? You can just bar it too. So you can do it that way too. Because that way, when I play over the top, you can kind of play the open E and kind of give it like a bass line too. Then just play the tops of the strings too. Right? Because you can play that voice in as E as well. Same as that right there. Just like a D chord, but slide it down. Okay, so that's the intro, and then the verse is just basically E to B. So since you have your fingers, you can kind of play a bass line. So you can just kind of go. Right, so for the verse, it's just E to B. So we're just going to go on E, stay on B, and just repeat that. And then I would add the bass line too. So when you play E, you can play that E note and then lift up and play A. And then the open E, and then play the B. Just to give it a little bit of like a bounce, like some rhythm in there, right? And then the chorus is just that same way to A, to a C sharp minor. Play it like that or like that. Play it like that usually, but to C sharp. So C sharp minor, you all should know A, right? So C sharp minor is index on the 4th fret of the A string, and then right, same as the E chord, just move it down and then over, right? So A, C sharp minor, to a B, to E, and then A, C sharp minor, B, A, E. And it takes you right back to the song. So those are the only parts of the song, that's it. So what's cool, since those are the parts of the song right there, you can just, mix it up with different chord voicings and playing, like I said, play sometimes the bottom and sometimes the top and give it some different feel. So I'm going to play the song now and you can kind of play along with it and you'll see kind of the way I play to it. Anyways, just kind of goes over and over there. But anyways, it's a great song to work on your finger picking and different voicings up and down the neck. So enjoy it.